Premier League predictions, baby. We're back with another one. Listen, I'm about to predict top 20 Premier League teams. Yes, top 20. Basically 4 teams. Where they're going to finish from 1st to 2nd to 3rd to 5th to 7th to 11th to 13th to 20th. I'm going to predict the whole table. And I might look back at it 12 months from now and say, you know what? The hell did I just do? Or I might say, my takes are like Drake songs, baby. Most likely it's going to be the first one. I might have 11, 12, 13 teams, which is completely out of nowhere. I might predict one team to finish 20th and they might finish 11th. But listen, this is the fun of the videos. The game is the game. And as you guys know, like, subscribe, and share, baby. Come on, man. Start sharing and start liking as well, bro. You, man, are watching the videos. You ain't liking. Come on, brother. All right, let's go. 20th place. In 20th place, I've got Sheffield. Listen, I can't lie here. I looked at their squad and fam, they don't strike me with any hope. They don't strike me with any confidence. And if that's happened to me, imagine how Sheffield fans must feel about their own team. I don't see any sort of goal scorer in their team. And their best player is Sander Berg, which speaks volumes. He ain't the person that's going to be the difference maker. They lost one of the best players in India to Marseille, and they haven't added any sort of replacement. And for that reason, bro, 20th. In 19th place, it's very similar to Sheffield. It's Luton, another promoted team. And like I said, I look at their team. One is thin, and secondly, in terms of market value, is the lowest of all the Premier League teams. But the only reason why I've got them above Sheffield is because of potentially their home form. I feel like they'll be better at home than Sheffield will be at their home. And listen, their home form has to be crucial. They need to pick up 3 points every now and then, and that's what I see them doing as well. But listen, promoted to the Premier League in the first place should be a success, whatever happens this season. In 18th place, listen, this was a toss-up between 2 teams. But I feel like I'm going to edge it to Burnley, fam. Burnley, yes. Another promoted teams. So basically, all 3 teams that got promoted is going to get relegated. Listen, the last time that's happened was 1998, something like that. I've seen a lot of hype surrounding this Burnley team. They were the best team in the championship last season by far. But we've seen it before where you dominate the championship, but then you kind of get exposed in the Prem. They give me similar vibes like Norwich, bro. A couple years ago, the BC, I remember, at home, like 3-1, 2-1, I remember. And then everyone was saying, surprise team, they're going to finish mid-table. And then what happened? They barely won any games afterwards and they got relegated. And this is what I feel like with this Burnley team. I might look crazy, like I said, in May, in June, when Burnley might finish 11, 12, which most people have them. But I don't think that's going to happen. In 17th place, I've got a team which, in my opinion, will barely survive this season, and that's Wolves. They give me Leicester vibes from last season. They've got a good, talented squad, but they've got no identity, bro. They've got no identity at all. And especially if Lopetegui leaves, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if Burnley finishes above them and Wolves goes down. That's how big of a miss Lopetegui is. But if he stays, they will survive 100%. In 16th place, I have got Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace will finish 16th. The departures of Zaha and potentially Olise will be suicidal. The striker options are not inspiring, bro. If I was a defender and the day before the game, I'd go to sleep and I think about it. It's like, yo, I've got Crystal Palace tomorrow. Who am I going up against? I'm going up against potentially Mateta, Edouard, and Ayew, bro. They don't strike me with fear. Signing Franco from Flamengo is nice, but it's not going to be someone that's going to adapt to the Premier League quickly. Or is he going to be another Kennedy? And you all know how that turned out to be. In 15th place, I've got Forest. Cooper finally have a chance where he's now got his squad and he's got a pre-season with them. Morgan Gibbs-White is, of course, exceptional, and he had a good run last season. Tayo turned into prime Drogba last season. The clutchness to drag them to survival. Brennan Johnson looks to be staying as well. Elanga's a decent signing. And one of the surprise players of last season, Danilo, had a good surprise season. He managed to get a couple of goals towards the end of the season. So that's why I feel like 15th is pretty... You know what? It's pretty suitable for that team. In 14th place, I've got a team that's going to drop compared to what they did last season. And that's Fulham. Like, he's here for now. Like, my hot take is I don't see Marco Silva staying as a Fulham manager by the end of this season. Whether he's going to get sacked or whether he's going to leave himself, I feel like he's going to make his move back to Saudi Arabia. Mitrovic is very similar. He forces him to Saudi Arabia, but they force him to stay. The signing which they bought ain't going to be the ones that's going to make me go, wow. Oh, wow, what a great signing. Like Jimenez in 2023. And if you expected him to bag, bro, come on, man. In 13th place, I've got another team that's gonna drop off compared to what they did last season. And it's gonna be Brentford. Might be a surprise, but I feel like Ivan Toney's suspension for early part of this season is gonna be so crucial for them. Of course, Mwamba was good. They've got Weezer as well, but bro, they haven't made any major signings this summer. And now Raya has gone to Arsenal. They've signed a replacement in Flecken, but he was pretty poor from what I've seen in the pre-season. So that's why I feel like they're going to make that drop into the lower part of the mid-table. In 12th place, I have got Everton. Yes, you would pretty much expect them to hear their name much sooner than what I've just said them. A lot of people have got them either getting relegated or barely surviving. But I feel like Everton is going to do a much better season than what a lot of people are expecting them. And the surprise, I don't see Dyche playing as Fuzi said in this clip. I thought we're going to see more positive football, good passage of plays, crispy counter-attacking, and more intent going forward. Onana and Ghana is going to be key. DCL is back from injury. Danjuma is there. And if they get the Villarreal Danjuma, the same person who took Villarreal to the semi-final of the Champions League, then I feel like Everton's going to have a good season this season. Good season this season? Yeah. Good season this season. In 11th place, I've got a team that is doing better than what they did last season, but not as good as what most likely West Ham fans are thinking. And that's West Ham. Of course, West Ham a couple of seasons ago, they were fighting for top 4, top 5, top 6. But of course, that downgrade. And I feel like a big part of the downgrade for this season is going to be the absence, of course, Declan Rice, the star man. They've made their money back with, of course, Edson Alvarez from Ajax. Very good signing. Very good signing, in my opinion. But bro, they're using some part of the Declan Rice money by signing a package deal for Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay. Like, fam, are you serious? For 670 million? Bro, if you want meaty players, bro, just come to Madrid. We've got Mendy. Wallah. And you, man, need a left back as well. Emerson ain't it. You need a defensive left back. And I've got the perfect person for you. Ferland Mendy. One of the best left backs in the world. One of the best crosses of the ball. One of the best going forward defensively. Everything about him is perfect. If you want me to pick him up from the airport and drop him off, I'm more than happy to do that. In 10th place, I've got my surprise team of the season. And that's Bournemouth, baby. They might even finish above that. You never know, man. And that all comes down to getting rid of Gary O'Neill and hiring Irola. You just hired one of the most talented upcoming managers. A person who did an exceptional job, actually, as someone with a clear vision on how he sets his team out. Hammond from Sassuolo is a good signing. Roman Favre in the middle. They've got the 1-2 punch of Solanke Billing. They are going to shock a lot of people this season, I'm telling you. In 9th place, I can't lie, this is tough because I feel like 9, 8, 7, and 6, bro. You can interchange them between themselves, and I wouldn't be angry if you put the 9 in 7th or 7th in 8th. I wouldn't be surprised, and I don't mind it. But in my opinion, the 9th place will be Brighton. I feel like Brighton's going to finish 9th this season. Still a success, to be fair. Listen, they've got European football, which in my opinion will hinder them this season. And I don't feel like they have the depth to compete with the rest of the teams. The Caicedo and McAllister departure is going to be crucial. And having Dahoud and Billy Gilmore as the replacement, that ain't it, man. They ain't it. Why have they not got right back? Like, why are they going next season with Veltman, bro? Next season. Come on, bro. Like, Colwell just left you guys. Replace that. That's why I feel like 9th place is there. In 8th place, I have gone with Spurs. They might surprise the hell out of me and finish much higher, but fair play. If they do, I'll put my hands up and say, you know what, Fairs? I don't think they will. I don't see the new manager coming in and changing the team around so quickly. It's a process, isn't it? It's a marathon. This will depend a lot on Harry Kane's future massively, but I feel like Spurs will be a fun team to watch finally. I don't see them finishing very high. And Fuad, bro, like, he knows it as well. Like, he told me they might get relegated. I'm not surprised. In 7th place is a team which a lot of people say, what? What, 7th? Yeah, Newcastle. I feel like Newcastle is going to drop and do worse than they did last season. They had tendencies last season where they went on a winless drought a couple of times throughout the season. But next season, they can't afford to do that. I feel like they surprised themselves in a way, and they didn't expect a cup final and a Champions League in the first full season with the Saudi owners. Tonali is a statement signing. Proper statement signing. And Harvey Barnes is cute, isn't it? But the competition for next season is going to be tough. Chelsea's better, Liverpool is better, and to combine with the midweek games, and it's not going to be like a Conference League or Europa League where you can afford to rotate the team and maybe use your lower players. Nah, bro, it's Champions League football, which basically means every game is going to be a must-win, which basically means everyone's going to be crucial, which basically means you have to start your best players in every single game, and you've got another game literally a couple days after. Listen, I could be wrong, and if I am, I'll put my hands up and say, you know what? Fairs. The team who will finish top 6 is Aston Villa. Listen, this is a Unai Emery special. Got them European football, and this is what he does best, bro. This is Unai Emery. I don't feel like he's capable of managing the higher quality teams, the higher with egos and stuff. That's why I feel like Aston Villa is the perfect fit for Unai. Villa last season when he got in charge, bro, was one of the better teams in all categories, but mainly in transition. The system which Unai have put is very effective, and it complements his star striker, Ollie Watkins, who went on an all-timer run where he scored in literally every game, bro. The additions that Unai has made makes perfect sense, and his players which will contribute to the winning side, which he's already built. Diaby on the wings can play in a two-man forward line if needed so. Yuri Tillemans in the midfield adds more creativity, and you've got Pau Torres who adds quality, and Villa can now play either 4 at the back or 5 at the back. And by doing that, that's more emphasis on the wing backs with Matty Cash, who scored in the preseason, Moreno as well. Bro, I feel like Aston Villa, and listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they make a very, very deep run in the European stages as well. I feel like Unai have got this all, like, he's playing chess. I feel like he's playing chess. And I feel like other managers, I don't want to mention names, Eddie Howe. He's playing checkers next season. In 5th place, hear me out, all right? Hear me out, it's United, but hear me out. Hear me out. I predicted United to finish, I think I was the only person who predicted United to finish 3rd last season.
Well, Faisal, you said it and it was based on Ronaldo staying.
Technically, he stayed. He technically did stay. Like I said, if Ronaldo stays with United, they're going to finish 3rd. And technically, he stayed that summer. He scored as well. Like, let's not forget that. He scored, he contributed. So I was right. But anywho, the signing which they've made is calm. Like, Onana has already shown his quality on the ball, but has made few mistakes, careless mistakes, which he does have in his game. And that's something we'll see more often this season. Whilst De Gea was poor, he was very, very poor. He did save them more than often with last-ditch saves. Let's see if Onana can do that. The Mason Mount signing, I don't understand at all. I don't understand why they signed him. Are we going to see him in the double pivot role with Casemiro? Is he going to play in a 3-man midfield with Bruno next to him? I don't even think Ten Hag knows where he's going to have him. Like 6 months from now, I don't think Mason Mount's going to start. I feel like their youngster, Copy Mino, whatever his name is, bro, he looked good. He looked good against Arsenal the preseason and the first couple of minutes against Madrid before he got injured. A bit, like, unfortunately, he got injured. But I feel like when he comes back, I feel like he might be the one starting next to Casemiro, bro. He looked good. I don't feel like he adds more to what Mason Mount does. And Højlund, we haven't seen much of him. There's been a lot of comparisons with Haaland, which is very lazy. I feel like he's going to be good in the system, especially in terms of having that fox in the box and the movement. His movement is very elite. But the question mark is whether he's going to adapt very quickly or whether he can complement Rashford. Let's not forget, they've got Champions League football. Their depth are not the best. Their forward line, they're relying on Sancho and Anthony. Come on, bro. Really? And as of when the video is out, United's going to finish 5th. I'll see you in 12 months. I was right last season, and I'll be right this season as well. In 4th place, listen, Chelsea's back. The Chelsea, up the Chelsea, they're back. They're back. During the pre-season, we saw very good ideas and vision from Pochettino, how he wants the Chelsea team to play. The passage of plays, the 1-2s, the quick touches. We saw a lot of that. One of the goals which they scored with Nico Jackson and, of course, Mudryk was due to that. And last season, we never saw any sort of passage of plays. We never saw any sort of identity. And I think with Pochettino, we are. Secondly, 1 game every week. I feel like that's going to benefit them. I think that Poch have got time. He can rest his players. And I think he's got time to, you know what? Let me now understand the right team, how I can use them. That's another reason. And thirdly, the signing which they've made makes perfect sense. Like Nico Jackson. You know what? Let's leave him to the end. Mudryk, I think, is going to have a better season. Caicedo is going to be very crucial having next to Enzo. I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans go against Enzo for some reason, but bear in mind, Enzo, even last season when you signed him, was your better performer. Yes, it was the best out a bad bunch, but he was a better performer, and he played in a role which he's not used to. Cole, like the extension of Leo Cole is so, it feels like a new signing. It literally feels like a new, because they've got now that centre-back pairing with Thiago Silva, which will be effective next season. And now with Sanchez in goal, they can now finally get rid of Kepa and actually have a goalkeeper that can save stuff. That gets me to the striker. Just took the number 15. Very smart, actually. He took the number 15. He took the shirt number, which Didier Drogba had in his first season with Chelsea. I invested my stock in Nico Jackson, and I said he's going to be the real deal. He's going to be him. And 12 months later, he's him, bro. He's more than him. Third place, I can't lie, man. This might change. I'm a third, second, and first. It might change when the season starts and the window shuts, depending on the signings. For the right this second, and when the video is out, I recorded this video on Tuesday, and the video is going to be out hopefully on Wednesday or Thursday if my editor can do a good job. I've got Arsenal. Yes, they won the Community Shield. Fair play to them. They won the Community Shield. Finally broke that drought, which they always lose against City. But I don't think next season they're going to have the depth to combine and manage the Champions League and the Premier League. And I feel like, let's say if Bukayo Saka goes out, can they deal with it? I don't think so. In midfield, they've got Partey, they've got Declan Rice as well. Listen, Arsenal got a good team. They've got a very, very good team. But I feel like because of the pressure of the Champions League, and I feel like that's going to impact them. Because last season, what they did very well last season was the early part of last season. Literally the first, maybe, till freaking May? Till freaking March. They were unexceptional. And the reason why they did that very effectively is during the Europa League, they had the luxury to rest half of their players, bro. Half of the players never played in the Europa League. They had that luxury. But now, with the Champions League, similar to what I said about Newcastle, you don't have that luxury, bro. You have to start every single team. And does Arsenal have a B team? Do they? I'm asking you now. Like, if Saka goes out, do they? And that's why, for that reason, I feel like Arsenal's going to finish third. It's one league position less than what they did last season. But I feel like, I don't know. A part of me feel like Arsenal are not going to have a season which a lot of Arsenal fans are expecting them to have. And that's why, third place, I think, take it. Just take it and leave it. In second place, this is tough, you know. I feel like another part of next season, which is going to be crucial for City, is Phil Foden. And I don't understand what Pep is thinking about him. I don't know what he's doing with him. Like, Phil Foden, for me, is one of the most important City players. And I feel like for next season, especially with the absence of Gundogan, which is going to be a crucial absence. I don't even think City knows how much of an absence it is. The lack of depth for next season is not encouraging. Because if KDB goes out, which sometimes he does get these little knocks and injuries, who's going to replace KDB? Defending-wise, I'm telling you, they've got depth. Like Guardiola, Stones, Diaz, Akanji, Ake, Laporte, Cancelo, they've got depth. But going forward, complete different situation. But now a team which going forward is very good, but going defensively ain't the best, is Liverpool, which as of right now, again, I'm making this disclaimer. This is a disclaimer. I'm making it very evident to everyone that before everyone take this clip and maybe uses it 6 months from now, 8 months from now, says, well, Liverpool finished 7th, 8th, and you just said they're going to win the Premier League. Listen. As of right now, if Liverpool signs another midfielder, because Slavia ain't going to be it, they need another midfielder, and they need another centre-back, and they need another left centre-back, because Robertson ain't it. I said it last season. You guys laughed at me and looked out. You guys even want him out as well. I think like Drake songs, man. I told you. So that's why, as of right now, if they make those signings, they are going to win the Premier League. Because I'm telling you, next season, we're going to see a completely different Liverpool side. We saw that towards the end of last season, where Liverpool had one of the best runs. Actually, they were second in terms of the best run they had, unbeaten run, which they had. And I feel like that's going to build till next season. The signing which they've made, McAllister, Szoboszlai, very good signing. Trent is going to be very different next season. Van Dijk now as a captain, more leadership needs to be shown from him, and I feel like he will step up. The last season, very inconsistent, but I feel like he's heard all the chatter. He's heard all the disrespect that people throw on his name. People saying he's finished. Like Liban said, ni hao, go to Saudi Arabia. I feel like next season is going to be some sort of a remontada season for Van Dijk. I feel like next season is going to be back to what we saw from Van Dijk a couple of years ago. Konate, very good. But that's the thing with Liverpool. Like Van Dijk is very good, but is he declining? Let's see next season. I don't think he will. Konate, very good, but injury prone. Gomez, Matip, Trent, ain't defensive. Robertson, Tibiscus. You know what I mean? So whilst I was saying City's defense is crazy good, Liverpool's defense is crazy bad. But Liverpool's attack is crazy, bro. Luis Diaz is back from injuries, looking very good in pre-season. Wizzy just took the number 9 shirt. Cody Gakpo, first full season. Jota, you know what Jota does every now and then, grabs crucial goals. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend. The man who just turned down a crazy million money offer from Saudi Arabia. Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah. Haaland finished with what? 36, 37, 36, 38 goals? Haaland, watch out. Because Mo Salah is coming back. Mo Salah is going to win the top score of next season. You've heard it first here. Don't be surprised now. This is the hot take. Like, Mo Salah will break 30 goals. I'm not surprised by that. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Mo Salah breaks. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like next season, like I said, depending on what I said they were going to do in terms of signings, Liverpool's going to win the Premier League next season. But if they don't, brother, I'm not putting Liverpool first. I'm not putting Liverpool second. I don't even think I'm putting Liverpool third, fam. If they don't sign anyone, if the early signing is Lavia, Liverpool ain't finishing in top 3. Guys, this was my top 20 league prediction for next season. Like I said, put down in the comments what you think. That's one. And put down in the comments what your predictions are. I want from 20th to 19th to 18th and all the way down to first place. I want to see what your predictions are. Because listen, it's going to be fun. Like towards the end of this season, just looking back at it, it's going to be fun, bro. Like, we're going to laugh at each other. If you said something, you know what? How about this? If you predict from 20th to 1st, every single team correctly, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance. If you get only 3 wrongs and you get 17, you know what? Let's make it even easier. You know what? I'm giving you so much incentives here. If you get 15 out of 20 correct, DM me when the season finishes and I'm going to give you £100. £50. Okay, £50 if you get more than 15, but if you get more than 18 correct, £100. How about that? Put down in the comments, bookmark it, save it, whatever it is. Yep, you have to subscribe though. And you've liked and that you follow. And if you do that, take a screenshot, and towards the end of next season, if you're right, brother, I'm sending you the money. I'm transferring you the money straight away. But guys, this has been another video. It's good to be back now with videos. I've been doing streams, but now it's good to be back to what I was doing before. And listen, like I said, like, share, and subscribe, baby. I'll see you soon. Peace.